it's so obvious with all this stuff. Like it is,
So
it hits
obvious.
you in the head so much you'll get a concussion. It's football season, and I guess that means you want to see a movie about football when you aren't at home watching football. And this brings us to him.
I don't think you're ready for this football, right? The question is, are you ready for some football?
Is anyone for this football? I don't know.
Perhaps not like this. So come hang out, subscribe. We are here for you all September long. It's been a pretty great month so far, but things kind of grind to a halt with him.
Something's off.
You want to know what you're getting yourself into.
Now we playing some football!
You'd be forgiven for thinking that Jordan Peele might have directed and or written this. He did not. He produced it, but Justin Tipping directed it. And it is about a football phenom named Cameron Cade. We see in an early flashback from his earliest days that football is his entire life, his family's entire life. They worship the fictional San Antonio Saviors. This is not a real team. And so this is what he's been like molded for from his earliest days, is to be as great as the Saviors quarterback. His name is Isaiah White. He is played by Marlon Wayans. This kid grows up and is played by Tyriq Withers, who played football at Florida State. He was a wide receiver at Florida State before he became an actor. So he looks the part in that regard, like he is built for this and has a striking physical presence, if not much of one in terms of the emotion of the film. But we'll get to that. He is supposed to go first in the NFL draft, whatever it's not the NFL, whatever they're calling it, the fake league they're calling it, that is not the NFL. Yes. So he is expected to go first. He has this horrible head injury on the way and during the combine and all that stuff. And so this guy, this aging quarterback played by Wayans, invites him to his compound. He's like, look, let me work with him for a week. Let me train him. We'll get him back into shape and he will be exactly who you expect him to be. He will be great. He will take over this franchise and it's all going to be okay. This got a lot of style. This movie has some very cool production design, minimalist, imposing. This compound in the desert where Isaiah lives and works out and is surrounded by his entourage is very cool looking. And they establish some mood very quickly with this. Like, I think the look of it is always impressive. It's the script that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's the story. And I don't think that Tyriq Withers is up for this, you know, from an acting perspective. He looks the part. He looks great in all the workouts, but he's called upon to do a lot and to be our conduit into this increasingly dark and disturbing world. And I don't know that he has that in him. In the beginning, it makes sense that he's kind of vapid and kind of aloof in the way that so many athletes are, you know, that they can just regurgitate these banal platitudes post game, whatever, to not really reveal much of themselves. So he's got that part down.
The stuff that Tim Robbins has to learn how to say in Bull Durham.
Right. I just want to come out and help the team. And, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains. But we've got to really care about this guy, as it's broken into chapters, and like every day is some new ritual he has to endure, and they become increasingly disturbing. One problem I have with this is that A, it just becomes silly, but B, it's almost too much visual style. It's almost like an onslaught of too many different kinds of things. Like they like this trick where it's like they're x-rays, like you see the x-rayed version of the person. So you see like two skulls crashing against one another. And it's just a lot. And you don't know after a while what's real and what's a hallucination. And so over and over again, you think, oh, something really dire has happened.
Right.
And then maybe it's only in his mind.
And that's fine. That's an approach, certainly, for this kind of thing. But I feel like they had a lot more ideas about what to show you than what to like actually have people say, or to have a plot that really holds together. So after a while, all of that production design and the editing tricks and the camera stuff feels like kind of desperate decoration for a not much there movie. I can't even say if Tyriq Withers is a good actor or not based on this. I know he's been in other stuff that I haven't seen, but like the character is called upon to be so reactive and such a kind of blank slate that I don't know if he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing and that's just the results, or if there's more depth there that he's supposed to be expressing and isn't. But I will say as a presence, and so often I think the people in this movie are reduced to being visual presences because the visual stylization is so important. He's got it. He's, his face is giving you a lot. His body is giving you a lot. And Marlon Wayans, definitely not the kind of role I would have expected to see him in at this point in his career. Like, it's super physical. You believe him as this guy who's been playing pro football for the last 15 or whatever years, but like, this movie is so obvious about what it wants to say about the toll of professional athletics and how it often, exploits young black men for teams that are often owned by old, rich white guys. The idea of sports as a religion in American culture. It's so obvious with all this stuff. Like, it hits you in the head so much, you'll get a concussion. So yeah, I found that kind of irritating after a while. And it's the kind of movie where, because it's divided up into sort of 7 chapters for every day that he's there. When a movie is working well, that can be like, oh, where's this going to go now? Oh, this is interesting. But in one that you're not feeling, by day 5, you're like, oh God, 2 more of these, 3 more of these. Like, well, it's
what
like,
day is it?
The movie is looking at your watch for you, So yeah, this was kind of a letdown.
Yeah, I enjoyed Julia Fox in this.
Well, she understands the assignment.
She knows what movie it is, right?
Yeah.
And so she is over the top as the very white, very blonde influencer who is married to Isaiah. She wears the clothes, she delivers the lines. It's very a knowingly kind of fun performance in a movie that otherwise is kind of jumbled. Like, yes, it's saying very obvious things about the nature of football as a religion from the very beginning. Like when
there's a shrine.
There's a shrine, and like when Cameron's a little boy sitting on the floor in front of the TV looking up at his hero, his dad comes up and like whispers in his ear, and his cross is dangling, over his head. Like it's over and over again.
The team is called the Saviors. Like, yeah, we get it, movie. Come on.
Yeah, there's that. But then there's also kind of a celebratory element to this, I think, because it is so glamorous and because everyone is so beautiful and because Marlon Wayans, is so charismatic in this. I feel like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too in some ways. Like, they want you to enjoy the splendor until they don't.
I think it's that thing of like, well, isn't this seductive? Who could resist? Like, are you willing to, trade head trauma for, this glamorous lifestyle? Sure you would, that part of it I get, because at least it's hell has to be seductive,
Did you realize that was Tim Heidecker?
I didn't realize that was Tim Heidecker. I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that works.
Yeah, I did not. But what ends up being what's really happening here underneath it all is so silly. Like, it's too silly to be scary.
Yeah, and I think you could certainly use, again, like pro sports is this sort of like seductive thing that robs you of both body and soul without taking it as far as this movie does.
Also, I wonder, how has Isaiah been doing all this for so long and no one knew about it? But whatever. That was spoilers I don't want to go into beyond it. But like, nobody knows really the secret. All right,
that's part of it, Christy. That's part of it.
I'm going to say 2.5, maybe 2.5 for the production design and for Julia Fox. But this might end up on my worst of list.
Yeah, I'm at about a 2.5. Sounds good. There's no shortage of moxie in terms of, like I said, the stylization, but you really have to have a screenplay to support that, or else it's just an empty show, and this is kind of an empty show.
Him is in theaters. If you want to see it, it's there.